The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Jess De Los Santos. The Philippine Statistics Authority is now reporting inflation figures for the month of August. Let's listen in.
5 point at diesel na may 70.9% inflation mula sa 91.3% inflation noong Hulyo 2022. Ang pangalawang commodity group na nagpakita ng pagbagal ng 3% inflation at 41.5% share sa pagbaba ng pangkalatang inflation sa bansa. Ito ay dahil sa mas mabagal na pagtaas ng presyo ng mga sumusunod. Fish and other seafood tulad ng galunggong na may 7.2% inflation mula sa 9% at meat and other parts of slaughtered land animals gaya ng baboy na may 9.6% inflation mula sa 9.9% inflation noong Hulyo 2022. Nakaambag din sa pagbaba ng inflation para sa food and napa, partikular ang talong na may negative 2.7% inflation mula sa 5.6% inflation noong Hulyo 2022. Pagdating naman sa overall inflation nitong Agosto 2022, ang pangunahing nag-ambag ay ang food and non-alcoholic beverages na may 6.3% share. Ang mga pangkat ng pagkain na pangunahing nag-ambag sa inflation ng food and non-alcoholic beverages ay ang mga sumusunod: meat and other parts of slaughtered land animals gaya ng manok na may 9.6% inflation, fish and inflation, at sugar, confectionery, and desserts, particularly ang refined sugar na may 26.0% inflation. Ang pangalawang commodity group na may pinakamalaking ambag sa pangkalatang inflation ay ang housing, water, electricity 6.8% at 23.1% share sa pangkalatang inflation. Ang mga pangunahing nag-ambag sa inflation ng housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels ay ang mga sumusunod: kuryente na may 19.1% inflation, renta sa inflation. Ang transport ang ikatlo sa may pinakamalaking ambag sa pangkalatang inflation itong Agosto 2022. Ang commodity group na ito ay nagtala ng 14.6% inflation at 21% share sa pangkalatang mga sumusunod. Gasoline na may 31% inflation, diesel na may 70.9% inflation, at other passenger transport by road tulad ng pamasahe sa 6.3% inflation, 0.7% inflation. Food and non-alcoholic beverages ang nagtala ng mas mabagal na antas sa pagtaas ng mga presyo nitong Agosto 2022. Ito ay ang mga sumusunod: food and non-alcoholic beverages na may 6.3% inflation, transport na may 14.6% inflation, at information. Ang pakita naman ng mas mabilis na pagtaas ng presyo nitong Agosto 2022 ang mga sumusunod na commodity groups: alcoholic beverages and tobacco na may 9.3% inflation, clothing and footwear na may 2.8% inflation, housing, water, electricity, gas, furnishing, household equipment, and routine household maintenance na may 3.4% inflation, health na may 2.5% inflation, recreation, sport and culture na may 2.4% inflation, education, accommodation, at personal care and miscellaneous goods and services na may 3.3% inflation.
Again, there you have it. Inflation for the month of August coming in at 6.3%, slowing down a touch from the 6.4% that was reported for the month of July. Again, that 6.3% reported for the month of August falls within the BSP target for the month at 5.9 to 6.7%. However, this is the fifth straight month, of course, that inflation went above beyond the full year target of the BSP, which is at 2 to 4%. Year to date so far, inflation already at 4.9% for the month of August. Slowdowns were reported in transportation as well as food and non-alcoholic beverages. The latter, however, remains to be the main driver of inflation for the month, together with housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuel, as well as transport. Again, there you have it. Inflation for the month of August at 6.3%. In other news, over 17,000 new COVID-19 cases were recorded by the Department of Health last week. From August 29 to September 4, the DOH logged 17,145 new COVID cases. This brings the total number of active cases to 24,493. Meanwhile, the average daily cases stood at 2,449. This is a 10% decline from the 2,752 recorded the previous week. DOH officer in charge, Undersecretary Maria Rosario Barjeres, says the agency is coordinating with various medical societies to help carry out the nationwide vaccination campaign. A special vaccination week will be held from September 26 to 30, targeting areas with low vaccine coverage. And here are the other headlines we're keeping our eyes on. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. wraps up his state visit in Indonesia. He is set to arrive in Singapore this afternoon upon the invitation of President Hamila Yacob. Heads up, motorists, and oil price rollback takes effect today. Gasoline prices will decrease by 2 pesos and 60 centavos per liter, diesel by 1 peso and 55 centavos per liter, and kerosene by 1 peso and 60 centavos per liter. And one of the suspects of a mass stabbing spree in Canada was found dead by Canadian police. 10 people were killed while 19 were wounded in a stabbing rampage in Saskatchewan on Sunday. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph. For more in-depth analysis, you can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register an account now at signalplay.com and stream One News Live anytime, anywhere. I'm Jess De Los Santos. Business World Live is coming up next at 9:30 a.m. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe. Philippines, we are One News, all sides, all the time.